I grew up in the Netherlands, visiting Amsterdam very frequently. Also, I lived in the city for 8 years before I was based in India. Amsterdam is still absolutely one of my favorite cities in the world, and not just mine. The city attracts more and more tourists each year who come to see for themselves why this is such a special place. Unfortunately, your trip to Amsterdam might not turn out the way you expected it. By making some small or sometimes even life-threatening mistakes, your whole trip might get ruined. Therefore, I'm sharing the biggest mistakes you can make as a tourist in Amsterdam so you can avoid them and enjoy the city to the max. To see more of my videos in the future, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. You can also find more of my videos on foreigner travel in India, linked below. I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. So let's just get right into it. The first one is actually staying in Amsterdam City. One of my brother's closest and longest friends, who is Indian, he actually went to Amsterdam during this period, and he asked me like, oh my goodness, do you know a good place to stay? Because everything is like either fully booked because it is high peak tourist season right now in Amsterdam, or it is crazy expensive, even the hostels. My friends, I will give you the same answer that I gave him. Don't stay in Amsterdam. The reason for this is, I'll tell you a secret. Having lived in Amsterdam for 8 years, you learn that getting to the city center from basically any part of town except the city center will at least take you 20 minutes. So my friends, let me save you some money and also introduce you to a 2-for-1 secret, if you would call it, of the Netherlands. With that travel time, you might as well choose to stay in a city close to Amsterdam and stay close to the train station. So instead of like taking a tram in the morning, you can just take a train. The Dutch train system is so well developed that if you choose to stay, for instance, in Haarlem or Utrecht, it will take you the same amount of time to get into Amsterdam city center as actually staying in Amsterdam, and it should be cheaper as well to stay outside of the city. I feel like Haarlem and Utrecht, you get kind of like a 2 for the price for 1 experience, because you also get to experience another historical Dutch city. The thing with Utrecht is that there are also night trains. So if you plan on going out and partying in Amsterdam, you can actually also take a night train back to Utrecht. That way you can save money and get a 2-for-1 experience. Speaking about the city center, we Dutchies are very, very crazy about cycling. The thing that you learn living in Amsterdam is that the Amsterdam city center is not the best place to cycle. There are so many tram lines, there's traffic coming from everywhere. It is just a very annoying place to cycle, even when you're a local. But obviously as a local, you will find like your back alleys and other a little bit more quiet roads to reach your destination. As a tourist, you don't know these places. So I genuinely feel that as a tourist, cycling in Amsterdam city center, you're risking your life. It's seriously dangerous. Now, before you even start thinking about crossing to the other side, the Asian way, like ignoring red traffic lights and everything, don't. This is one of the most dangerous intersections in Amsterdam. Seriously, people have died here because of ignoring traffic lights. Don't do that. Watch the traffic lights over here. Okay, this is the Stadhouderskade, by the way. It's a main road all around the city center, and we are going to wait for the green traffic lights. What are these horses, man? Interesting. There we go, green traffic lights. Also a Dutch fire truck, in case you're interested. Should I go? Should I not go? No. No, you should not go. This is why. You don't see the cars coming. Do not cross this traffic light if the light is not green. See, this is what I mean. The cars are driving. No, don't get killed in Amsterdam. Locals have died cycling in the Amsterdam city center. You can die 5 times. 2 times by a car, 1 time by a tram, and then bicycles 4 times. Like if you're crossing this side, again with a tram. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Walk, 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 walk. If you really want to go for a cycling experience in Amsterdam, don't go cycling in the city center, but go outside of the city center. For instance, go to Amsterdam South. I really, really love that area. It is very historical. There are beautiful buildings, there are beautiful parks, there are local shops. It is really a very underrated area in the city. Or what you could do is cycle to one of the other parks than the Vondelpark, because the Vondelpark is the most popular park in Amsterdam. Even locals hang out there. And it's also the closest one to the city center. But the most beautiful park in Amsterdam, in my opinion, definitely is Amstelpark. It is gorgeous. They also have a flower parade every year. That was a 2-for-1. Biggest mistake, right? Because most people go to the Vondelpark, but I always say don't go to the Vondelpark. Well, there you go. Moving on to biggest mistake number 3, which it breaks my heart every single time when I hear people saying, I went partying in Amsterdam and it was amazing and it was crazy. And I ask them like, oh, where did you go? What places did you visit? And they're like, I went to Rembrandtplein or Leidseplein. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Stop. You haven't seen the best of the Dutch party scene if you didn't go to a festival. And especially during the summer, let's call it like that, because the festival season starts in April, end of March, and it goes on until the beginning of October. Every single week, there will be multiple festivals on every Saturday and Sunday. During the week, there are no festivals. But if you didn't go to a festival, like, did you even party? You didn't. Some of my favorite festivals are Valtifest, Milkshake Festival, Seventh Sunday Festival, even though that's not in Amsterdam, it is in the south. Dance Valley is also not in Amsterdam. It's a little bit outside of Amsterdam, but the public transportation is very well connected to Spaarnwoude. Spaarnwoude is kind of like the most famous festival touring in the Netherlands. Go to a festival. And another 2-in-1 tip, if you want to go to one of these festivals, buy tickets in advance. These tickets definitely sell out, especially for the most popular festivals. And usually on the websites of the festivals, you can buy the tickets. But honestly, look months in advance because these tickets get sold out really fast. And enjoy an amazing festival in the Netherlands. I freaking love festivals and I really miss them actually here in India because the weather is freaking amazing, but there are no real festivals here, I have to say. So please go and party for me at a good festival in Amsterdam. I could also start speaking about drugs and how you shouldn't just buy drugs from random people because there have been poisonings of tourists who just randomly buy drugs. Oh, if you want to use drugs, like, try to buy from like some kind of reputable source or just don't. You're taking a risk with your life. People have died using drugs in Amsterdam in the past. I don't think that's a good idea, but all up to you. Who am I to judge? The fourth biggest mistake that people make, and this is again very, very heartbreaking, but at the same time I also feel like you didn't do your research before going to Amsterdam if you do this. Especially for one extremely popular museum, this might cause you a lot of trouble or even completely missing out on the experience, like just recently happened with one of the most popular Indian YouTubers, Mostly Sane. When she was in Amsterdam, she tried going to the Anne Frank house and I was like, girl, you should have just sent me a message because I could have told you. Definitely visit the Anne Frank house. I went when I was maybe like 10 or 11 years old. It's really cool. There's always a line. If you can buy tickets online, they have like a web shop, but sometimes it's sold out. If it's sold out, go early because there's always a line. 1, please buy your tickets online, and 2, buy them months in advance because these tickets also get sold out really fast. If you don't have a ticket, you could try going to the Anne Frank Museum very, very early in the morning, like immediately when they open. Otherwise, don't even bother because you're definitely gonna stand in line at least 3 or 4 hours. I've been to the Anne Frank Museum. It is definitely very impressive. It is quite a small museum. It's actually a really small museum. That's why, you know, the accessibility is very limited. But if you want to go, please buy your tickets online. And the same goes for the Rijksmuseum. You could just buy your tickets online, save some time, not waiting in line, and just go inside. I think even for the Van Gogh Museum, you can buy tickets online. Whatever museum you want to go, it's always beneficial to go during the week. In the weekend, they're all super, super crowded. But yeah, Anne Frank Museum especially, like, don't even bother if you didn't buy tickets online. It's crazy busy. Biggest mistake number 5, trying to take pictures of the prostitutes in the red light district. And obviously, if I come across any girls behind the windows like working as prostitutes, I'm not gonna film them. Aw, this girl was working and she was like no filming, and I was like, of course not. They're actually really nice and sweet, but you have to be kind and nice yourself for them to be sweet, because if you're not nice, next to it being like extremely unkind and disrespectful, they're gonna break your arm. And I'm not even joking, they hate that ish. They will curse you, they will come after you, and they gang up on you. It's not just like one lady or something, like they protect each other as well. So please don't get into trouble trying to take the pictures of the prostitutes in the red light district. You're actually just being a massive douche if you try to do that. Let's be real, there's enough porn on the internet that you can get for free. You don't need to take pictures or videos of these girls. Or, you know, risk a black eye or a broken arm. It's up to you. But don't blame me because I've warned you now. Because mistake number 6 is food related. I can't believe when I ask people, what did you eat in Amsterdam? Sometimes they never even heard of Fable. And right behind me, you can see the Fable. The Fable is an institution in the Netherlands. If you want really good fast food, the Dutch are famous for their fries, but have you ever heard of croquettes, kaasvlees, and frikandellen? Nope. Then I'm gonna... And I'm like, oh! I don't even know if I should be offended by now. Fable is kind of like our national fast food pride, to be honest. I freaking love Fable. Their fries are really good. Their croquettes are really good. Basically everything is really good. Their milkshakes, their ice cream. In case you don't know, Fable is a fast food chain in the Netherlands. I actually made a separate video about that. I will link it down in the description below. And they have these vending machines where you just put in some coins and you can take out your fast food, and it's super freshly made, so you don't need to worry about the quality. But it is also a very extremely Dutch experience, I have to say, because Fable, like I said, it's our national pride. You need to eat Fable. The other food that you also actually really need to eat when you're in Amsterdam, but it is more difficult to find, so I wouldn't blame you if you don't eat that, is Surinamese food. So Suriname is a very small country right above Brazil, and it used to be a former Dutch colony. That's why there are a lot of Surinamese people in the Netherlands, and Surinamese food is so freaking yummy. It is like really delicious. It's kind of like a mixture of Creole kitchen, Indian kitchen, and Indonesian kitchen, because those are the people that the Dutch brought to Suriname. If you want to eat Surinamese food, around Albert Kuipmarkt, there are quite some Suriname restaurants which serve decent Suriname food. You're not gonna find the best one. The best one is in the Belmer, but that's a little bit outside of the city, so I wouldn't blame you if you're not going there. But in the area around Albert Kuip, you should be able to find decent Suriname food. And also there's one Suriname, kind of like a takeout restaurant in Jordan area. I will try to look up the address of that one and, you know, put it in the description down below, because you need to have Suriname food. It is so yummy. Oh my god, I miss Suriname food. Okay, moving on. The last mistake that people make in Amsterdam, and I fully realize that this is a subjective mistake, this is very much an opinion of mine, is that a lot of people choose to take a boat tour through the Amsterdam canals, which sounds like super fun, and a lot of Amsterdam people also go on boat tours through the canals. It's one of the favorite, you know, good weather activities. The one thing that you do need to know, and why I feel like you're kind of missing out on Amsterdam if you're doing this, is that those walls are usually 3 to 4 meters high. So all the things that they are explaining, you don't really get to see it well. I think if you take a walking tour in the streets, you will see so much more and so much more detailed than taking a boat tour through the canals. But that's up to you. Just know that the walls are really high, and I don't know, I just feel like it's not the best view of Amsterdam. I really hope this video was helpful. If you would like to see more of my videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also click the little bell icon. This way you'll get notifications whenever I post a new video in the future. Also, make sure to put a thumbs up on this video if you liked it, and then I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!